welcome to Sweet Art Make, Bake and Decorate series of tutorials. Today I'm going to make some, we call them Ghughra or Gujiya. Some people might call them Kadubu. There's a few different names for them, but they're basically a sweet pastry filled with a mixture of semolina, coconut, and I actually add almonds, ground almonds, which gives it a really nice crunchy texture and flavour. So please join me for this tutorial. Thanks. Okay, let's get started. This is the recipe for Ghughra or Kadubu or Gujiya. Okay, so I have adjusted the recipe a little bit. The recipe calls for 3 cups of coarse semolina. I've actually used 1.5 cups of coarse semolina or rava and 1.5 cups of ground almonds. Now I've ground these up myself in a food processor and I like the texture to be quite coarse. As you can still see the coarseness there. It gives a nice crunchy taste and texture to the actual Ghughra. 1 cup of coconut, or you can add a little bit more if you like the taste of coconut, 1.25 cups. 2.5 cups of sugar. Now this is really to taste. You can make them sweeter or less sweet if you like. I've got a mix of raw sugar and brown sugar. So yeah, I find that the brown sugar gives a nice sort of caramelly texture to the filling. Okay, so there's 3/4 cup of ghee or unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of milk, 3 teaspoons of fennel seeds, and this is nutmeg and cardamom for taste. So I've got approximately 1.5 teaspoons of cardamom and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. So what we're going to do with these ingredients, we're going to firstly roast the semolina and the almonds in the ghee. We'll start with the almonds because they take a little bit longer to cook, and then we're going to basically add the rest of the ingredients and make it a nice filling for our Gujiya. Okay, so join me for when I'm roasting them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put our ghee into the fry pan. You want a nice big fry pan or a wok for frying this filling in because there's quite a bit of mixture here. I mean, you can always halve the recipe if you want a bit less. And then we want to add in our almonds. And so at this stage it's a medium, sort of low to medium heat. You just want to toast these slowly in the ghee so they get nice and cooked. Okay, so now those are toasted a little bit, I'm going to add in my semolina. Give it all a good stir. And you want to continue to cook this on a medium to low flame for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's all nicely cooked, and then we'll add in the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so our mixture's been cooking for a good 10 minutes now. I'm just going to add in the fennel seeds, and I'm going to add in the sugars. Also the coconut. So all those ingredients go in, and you want to cook this for a further 10 minutes until everything's nicely roasted together. At this stage I'm also going to add in the cardamom and nutmeg. Okay, our mixture's been cooking for a further 10 minutes now, so I'm just going to add in the milk as a final step. If you see a few lumps of sugar, don't worry too much about that. You can fix that when you're actually filling the pastries up. So we're just going to sprinkle in this milk. That's the last step. It just helps to stop it being very, very crumbly, the milk. So and you can see the mixture is kind of binding together a little bit with the addition of the milk. And that's it. So we let this mixture cool down now, and then we're going to use it to fill the Gujiya. So next step is to make the dough. I'll show you how to do that in just one moment. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make the dough for the Gujiya. And this dough, you want to make it kind of a semi-soft, stiff sort of dough, not too soft. The stiffer it is, the better consistency the dough, the pastry will be, and it won't hold oil, so it's good to make it a little bit stiff. So here we have 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of ghee, and I'm adding in actually into the flour 2 tablespoons of corn flour. I find that gives a slightly crunchier pastry. And I've got a pinch of salt and a pinch of baking powder. The baking powder is optional. And you want to mix that with water until it forms the dough. And I'm also going to add in about a teaspoon of oil, but I'll put that in at the end on my hands and mix it in. So what we'll do, we'll sift everything into this bowl. Then I'm basically going to add in my ghee. And I'm slowly going to add in my water. Probably add a little bit of it at a time. This is probably going to be approximately 3/4 of a cup. Just add a little bit at a time. I'm going to mix it with my hands very shortly. Add the water as you need it. So at this stage I'm just going to put a little bit of the oil in my hands and give it a final knead. So it's probably going to be about a teaspoon of oil. Mix it well into the dough and then your dough is ready. And we can start making the gujiya. So this dough is quite stiff, not too soft, and that's how you want it to be. Okay, so we set that aside and then I'll show you how to roll it. So I've got a small piece of our dough here. You can make them whatever size you want. I'm just kind of making them a medium size. And you want to roll it into little rounds. And I'll just show you a few. If you want, you can grease the tali with a little bit of butter and that will help. So you basically just roll them into round. I like to roll mine quite thin because I like them crispy. If you like them softer in texture, you can make the pastry a little bit thicker. It's really up to you. So you just want to make them about this big. Okay, so that's the sort of thickness you're looking for. And then you basically want to fill that. You get your mix and you fill it into the center like this. If there's any lumps at this stage, you can go like this with the back of your spoon and just take any lumps out before you fill it in. We can always add some more at the end, and if you want to, you can dab it with a little bit of water just to ensure that it's going to stick nicely. And then you basically just seal that up like this. And then we're going to do a little design which I'll show you. If you don't want to do the design, you can just get a fork and press it down. It's really up to you if you want to save time. So you pinch this down nicely, and then what you do is you pinch and you fold, pinch and fold. And you carry on doing that, pinch and fold, all the way around up to the end. And you get the little design like that. So I'm going to continue and make a few of these and then we'll fry them. So I'm just going to fry these now in some hot oil. Keep it at a low to medium heat, then it will brown nicely and slowly and they'll be nice and crisp. So we'll just go over to the oil now. Just gently place them in the oil one at a time. And you want to keep on flipping them over because sometimes they just stay on one side and they don't cook evenly. So if you keep on just gently rotating them, my oil is probably a tinge hot there. So when you get bubbles like this, it means the oil is probably a little bit hot. So next round I'll make the oil a little less hot. So these are starting to turn a lovely golden brown colour, which is what you want. If you like them especially crispy, just brown them a little bit longer. And the low to medium heat is good. You want to cook them slowly. If you cook them too quickly, they'll go brown on the outside very quickly and then the inside pastry will stay raw. So you don't want that. So a little bit of patience here is good. Okay, so I'm going to take these out now. They're a nice golden brown colour. So just drain them well on this paper and let them sit here for a few minutes. You can see how crispy the pastry is. So we'll cut one open and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so let's cut into one of these and see what they look like. So you can see how crispy it is. So there we are inside. It's that beautiful filling of the semolina and the almonds and the fennel seeds and the lovely cardamom and nutmeg. So I do hope you will try them. They are really, really delicious. Nice with a cup of tea or any time. And in the kids' lunch boxes, a nice snack. So thank you everyone for watching, and please join me for future tutorials. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so here are my finished Gujiya or Ghughra or Kadubu. I hope you will try them. They really are delicious, and you can add your own flavourings if you wish. You can add different sugars or more or less coconut, whatever you like really. Some people like to add raisins. So please do try them. I'm just going to have a little taste and let you know what they're like. Beautiful crisp pastry. It's really, really tasty. I love the almonds in there. It gives it a real nutty flavour, and it's actually quite healthy with the almonds. So please do try them. I'm sure you'll love them. Thank you for watching. Bye.